Could Cardano ADA be the buy of the century? That is the question. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. We've got a lot to dig into. There's so much going on in the crypto space. And could we be about to see the biggest bull run in crypto history? Let's go. So we're going to start here on coin market cap. The total market cap of crypto globally is down 0.71% at the time of recording and sits at $3.43 trillion for the total market cap of crypto globally. We got Bitcoin at 102,021.07, down 0.41% in the past 24 hours. But we're here to talk about Cardano, which is sat at 56 cent 05, down 3.41%, if I can get my words out. And look, I think that Cardano ADA could be that buy of the century at these prices. It's one of those. It's going to be really interesting to see how things develop. But if we look on the monthly here, we're down 31.29% for the month. There's a lot of people calling for a bear market, but I do think with the midnight privacy layer coming in for Cardano, as well as several other blockchains, that could be a huge catalyst for privacy and adoption of real world businesses on the blockchain. Not only that, you've got the scaling upgrades for Cardano, you've got the accessibility of Bitcoin liquidity, the emergence of more stable coins and investment in stable coins to, again, really impact the DeFi aspect of things on the Cardano ecosystem in a very positive way. You've also got the AI payments as well. So there's a lot going on for Cardano, a lot to be excited about, and it could be what actually tips Cardano in a really positive way. I'm interested to get your views and opinions, so do let me know in the comments below. And don't forget as well to join us in the free educational Discord. The link is in the description of the video. It's definitely worth joining us, have more meaningful conversations with us in the free educational Discord. We would love to understand more about what you think about Cardano and, you know, where we're actually going to be heading. I'm really interested to get your views and opinions on all of that, so join us there. We've got Cardano here. Could this catalyst send Cardano soaring? And that, again, is another question. Cardano just got an upgrade that could position it to capture value from AI to AI payments on the web. There's a lot of work to do before the upgrade's value is proven, though. That's worth articulating. But yeah, look, a really big upgrade. So the internet runs on a couple of business models that everyone knows as well, specifically subscriptions and ads. If artificial intelligence, AI agents, could pay with few cents of data each time they use resources on the internet, a new class of microtransactions might appear. So this is what is being built and put out on the Cardano ecosystem. It is so exciting. And don't forget, you can stake your Cardano ADA to the Cheeky Crypto stake pool. The ticker is Cheek, CHEEK. We got 7.25 million ADA staked with our stake pool at the moment, with 1,477 people delegating. Check out the description of the video for more updates on earning potentials and so on. But you will obviously earn or can earn, you know, from staking in the stake pool. So go check all of the information out in the description of the video before you make any decisions on that. But it does support the channel and we really do appreciate it. We've got Cardano news. Cardano founder unveils midnight plans, calls it his second kid. So look, I've been very vocal talking about midnight and my expectations for midnight. Privacy focused, driving rapid midnight adoption. We're seeing a lot of privacy coins do really well right now, and I think that is a really positive sign for midnight and Cardano. They've got a midnight summit coming up in November, later this month, so just over a week's time, I'm led to believe. Not sure where that is. The Midnight Network is meant to take advantage of zero knowledge proofs Basically, at the moment, all of the blockchain information and data is all public, right? So if I send money to Nick or Nick sends money to me, that's all verifiable on the blockchain, and people can see, if they know my wallet, me sending money to Nick, and if they can see Nick's wallet, and so on, right? So this is a real problem if you kind of take banks, for example. If you want the banking sector on the blockchain, you need to be able to mask transactions so people can't see it. Same with medical data. I talk about this a lot. And that is what Midnight is going to be bringing to the blockchain, right? And it's not just on Cardano. You got XRP, holders involved. You've got AVAX, you've got BATS, you've got Solana, for example. There's a lot of other chains involved, right? So we've got Cardano supporters reject criticism as ADA trades near 54 cent. A lack of upside movement was the subject of dark humor among a selection of crypto communities. A famous crypto user with over 1.3 million followers on X trolled Cardano holders over ADA's relative price stagnation, triggering more jabs at scalability-focused tokens and its supporters. Like, I've talked about this. I don't understand why there's so much hate towards Cardano. I mean, I've talked about several times, like, the performance compared to other altcoins and to Bitcoin, right? And like, we have seen a bit of a negative shift, right? Year to date, Cardano is up 27.57%, right? And this is like at the worst point for altcoins we've seen in a long time, right? It's still up 27.75% in a year. Now, I have been saying for a few months that over the year it was actually outperforming Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's only 33.05% for the year, and actually is now outperforming Cardano. If you invested a year today, you'd be up on both, but you'd be slightly better off if you had invested in Bitcoin, right? And that hasn't been the case for the last few weeks, months, and so on, right? So I want to be quite clear on that, right? If you had invested in Bitcoin a month earlier, or Cardano a month earlier, or both, your Cardano would have outperformed Bitcoin a month ago, right? So, over a year period. So, like, it's hard to really justify any criticism and highlight stagnation, like, when it comes to the price. I just can't see how you can really get away with saying that. Like, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. But ultimately, like, I just don't think that you can actually truly, hand on heart, say that and I guess believe it, right? And that's my views and opinions. We've got Russian investigators probe killing of convicted crypto fraudsters in the UAE. So look, I wanted to highlight this stuff, right? Because there's a lot of people that show off how much money they've made in crypto. Whether that's influencers, whether that's our followers, right? There's very wealthy people that don't have YouTube channels, but they're invested in crypto. I've met many, right? Don't go boasting about stuff online, right? Be really, really careful. But what I would say is, this unaliving, which it seems to be the terminology people seem to be using on these different platforms now. They've been showing off like all their wealth and everything online. Like, I see a lot of people saying, they're really sorry about what's happened. And yeah, look, there's never any justification for this sort of stuff. But my understanding, I'm led to believe that these aren't necessarily good people, and it's probably more about the scams and the fraud that has happened, right? And who they've committed scams against or fraud against, right? So my understanding is these aren't particularly the most squeaky clean people in the world, but we have seen an uptick in people that have been attacked, kidnapped, and all sorts of different things, particularly in Europe. What I guess the message that I'm poorly trying to articulate here is, don't keep crypto on your mobile phone. If you do, You know, don't take that mobile phone out with you. Keep everything hidden away. Don't show off on social media. You don't see me and Nick driving around in like Lambos and all that sort of stuff. It's just not our style. And again, it causes a security risk. So just be mindful. Really think about your security. Check out the Cheeky Crypto education channel, where I've got lots of different videos on how to keep yourself safe, right? So I really do care, and I really want people to be successful. And you could be the most successful trader, investor in the world, but if you don't actually, think about your safety, you could lose it, right? We see people losing it in scams, and this is another scam that's come up, right? Where a couple have lost, their life savings in a crypto scam. Just be really, really mindful, really, really careful. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Then we've got India officially recognizes crypto as legal property assets. So again, real positive moves. The decision also puts India in line with places like the United States and the United Kingdom. And then we've got crypto whales shift 138 million from Bitcoin to Ethereum long position. So going to be really interesting to see what happens here. I am expecting Ethereum to do pretty well. And don't forget to check out Unity nodes, generate rewards by verifying the telecom grid from your mobile phone. Anybody can make rewards or earn rewards, I should say, directly from their mobile phone. And, I really do think that this one's going to do really, really well. One Unity node, you get 200 licenses. You get some minutes tokens that are staked, some World Mobile tokens that are staked. They're locked for 24 months. But the really interesting part that I know a lot of people are interested in is the earning potential. You could earn up to $19,200 per month if you actively use all of those 200 licenses. This isn't guaranteed, obviously. It's based on network performance, market conditions, and operator activity. So just be aware of that. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. Never invest more than you're willing to lose, because you do risk losing it all if you invest in cryptocurrency. Nothing's guaranteed. None of the price predictions that I talk about are guaranteed. And you're probably best to go speak to a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. I am not a financial advisor. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one.